Good morning everyone. Today's video is an update about what's happening here in Pattaya. There's been a lot of changes in the last few weeks here, and many things have changed, and it's causing a lot of problems for a lot of people. So let's spend a few minutes to look at where we are now in Pattaya and the problems that are occurring here, and not sure what the answers are actually. So we're now officially into the rainy season, and there has been a lot of rain around, but unfortunately not here in Pattaya. We seem to have avoided it quite well for the last week or so. Anyway, but there's been a lot of rain down south and around the islands, Phuket, etc. They've been very heavily rained down there, and also in the north there also is there's been a lot of rain. But here in Pattaya, yeah, we've had a shower this morning, quite a heavy shower this morning, and the other night we had a major storm come through during the night. But other than that, we've been very lucky. I say lucky, I don't know if I really mean lucky, because temperature wise, during the day it's extremely hot. We're getting the sun, and the average temperatures are around maybe 35, 36, or maybe even a bit higher around about midday to 1 o'clock. And the heat's extreme. The feel-like temperature is actually a lot higher than what the actual temperature is, and this is causing, this is the first big problem for many people here. It's air conditioning. It's everybody's turning to it. I read a story yesterday about some couple that left their 4 dogs in a closed house for half an hour, a dog house in the garden, and when they went to open them up and feed them, they found the 4 dogs dead, and that's been in a very short time. So that's the sort of temperatures that we're dealing with, and everybody's got to be very, very careful. I think there's a lot of casualties going to hospital with heat stroke, etc. And I see even yesterday, like we were down the beach, and there's not many people around. It's too hot. I walked down the beach from Soi 6 down to Central yesterday, and by the time I got there, I was physically feeling quite bad actually with the heat as I walked along the beach. No cool air, no nothing, just very, very high heat. And by the time I got down to the corner bar on the corner of Soi 7 on Beach Road there, I had to stop in there and get a nice cold soda water with ice, just to try and not just to cool down, but to try and recover, because I was physically shaking by then actually. So, and I wasn't the only one. A lot of people were commenting about the problems just now with the heat. So hopefully if we do get more of the rainy season here, then it's going to help. It's going to bring the temperatures down a bit, and that's got to be a good thing just now. When my wife said to me this morning it's raining, I thought, oh wonderful, it's going to be a good day. But unfortunately the rain's gone and the sun's come back. So anyway, let's talk about Pattaya and other things here that may be of interest to you, and let's get into the video. Okay, what I've decided to do is to give you a lot of the information that I've collated from various places, and give you my overview of what is actually happening here in Thailand, and particularly Pattaya actually, because that's where a lot of people ask me about. They're asking me what's happening there and how they can do this and how they can do that. So I think this information is going to be very useful for a lot of people. And I also intend to do this fairly regularly as things change, maybe even weekly, if not at the maximum fortnightly, just to keep you updated on the things that are happening here in Pattaya that may be important to you and yours. So let's go. Well, I guess like everywhere actually at the moment, prices and the economy are hitting us badly here in Pattaya. Prices are going up rapidly. Right? Food is one of the first areas that people are complaining about. You know, I think I'm relatively lucky, but a lot of the Thais are complaining about the prices of food, even at the Thai food stalls, etc. And when they go to the market, my wife tells me that the prices in the market have gone up by some places more than 40%. And of course, then there's the fuel for cars, etc. Before we used to go to Surin pretty regularly, and it's a 700-kilometer journey up there and back, and I used to be able to do that for around 2,000 baht. Now that same journey cost me close to 5,000 baht, so it's more than 100% increased in the last couple of years, and that's big money, particularly for us. Fortunately, the Thai government have tried to keep the hold on to diesel prices to allow all these logistic companies to carry on, and otherwise it was going to be a real serious problem. They had demonstrations last year to bring the government's attention to what was actually happening with the fuel. Energy prices, that's the next one, and that's another very serious area, you know. For me, for instance, my house here, then normally my electricity bill on a monthly basis has been going up, but for instance last month it was about 3,300 baht. Now this month we got the bill 2 days ago and it's close to 5,000 baht, and everybody's remarking how quickly these these energy prices are going up. But they came on the radio yesterday saying the government has decided maybe to try and reduce the price of electricity by up to half a baht per kilowatt hour. Well, I suppose everything helps, but it's still very expensive, and it still hurts everybody, right from the business owners right through to people like myself living here, and particularly the Thais that don't have much money. It's a problem for them as well. Pattaya tourism, that's way down. Although the official verdict is that the tourism figures are looking good for the future, but unfortunately it's the Chinese and the Koreans and the Indians that are looking good, and that's not much good for all these people with the bar owners downtown, etc. These are not the tourists they want to see. They want to see the European and the UK, USA, Australia, they want to see them coming in. Cost of living, yes. The cost of living has gone up a lot in Pattaya. It's something that people should be aware of if they're trying to retire here on a budget. It's a big problem. So let's look at some of the figures here. Cost of living in Pattaya, the official figures for May 2023. A single person's estimated monthly costs 19,240 baht. That's £450 or US $601. A family of four, the estimated monthly cost is 67,949 baht, which is GBP, UK pounds, 1,590 or the US, whatever it was. Compared to London, Pattaya is reportedly 52.2% less expensive. And the average prices in Pattaya, here we go, a Thai meal about 100 bahts. A mid-range meal for two, about 1,000 bahts. Domestic beer, 70 baht. Yeah, that's about right. It ranges from about 55 up to 100. Coffee regular, average 60. Coke, average 27. Yeah, it's 30 baht at least for a bottle of Coke. And water is 13 bahts a bottle. Yeah, it's about that. So let's take a quick look at the quality of life statistics in Pattaya. The purchasing power index is 25.75, which is very low. The safety index 55, moderate. The healthcare index 75, yes, good healthcare index. Climate index 75, yep, it's good climate. Cost of living index 39.18, very low. And the pollution index, horrific, 87. Okay, just to round this video off, a little bit of the look at the town during the day and the evening. Just to give you an idea of what it's like now. They say this is the low season. It's the lowest season they've ever been, I think. And how long is a low season? It's I think it's been nearly, it's been a long time anyway, and it looks as though it's going to go on for a long time yet, at least. A lot of the bars are struggling. We're seeing more and more signs of the for sale signs going up. It is a real problem. There's a lot of guys that are not going to make it through to the to whatever's going to change. There's bars being modernised down on Beach Road. We'll wait and see how that's turning out. There's still a lot of bars that are operating with next to nobody and still managing to expand. So it kind of questions where the revenues come from. But of course, there's always other revenues other than just the beer and the sex industry, and guys will take advantage of it. And unfortunately, a lot of these guys that do take advantages of these things are UK guys, and it can be a bit embarrassing actually. But anyway, that's up to them. Cannabis, that's seriously ill at the moment. There's a lot of people. They say already in Bangkok there's more than 100 shops up for sale that people spend a lot of money in, because the new government that came in within the last couple of weeks have sworn that they're going to take the cannabis back and make it a registered narcotic again, which is going to create a problem. And of course, a lot of the people here in Pattaya might like this because once again they can start selling it underground. But the strange thing is, the problem with the cannabis is everybody's been complaining that it's exceptionally expensive, and it was actually much cheaper when it was more difficult to get hold of. And that's because people have spent a lot of money on their shops and their facilities to sell it. So that concludes the update on Pattaya today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to make this a regular feature, actually. It was quite interesting to make it also and get in the information. It's informative for me as well. So if it's the sort of thing you might be wanting to hear regularly, then why don't you consider subscribing to the channel? It helps me a lot. And ring the bell and you'll be notified of when each video is released. If you've got any comments or any ideas to improve it, then please put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Take care and bye for now.